Good morning, everybody. We should have that bell ringing here in just a moment. All this is coming right as the SPY is triple topping right around the all-time high. It's pretty insane to say that the SPY is just continuing to hit right here at this level. The big question I think everyone has is, are we going to break this today before or after the NVDA earnings, right? Looks like right now at open, the SPY is moving up in the green at least a little bit, so that is a good sign there. Tom shaving his head at 50 likes. My head's already like half shaved, so it wouldn't be as bad now. That's funny. When exactly are the NVIDIA earnings? Let me see when the exact time is. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people asking that today. I always just go to earningswhispers.com, type in NVDA. It says at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time, so 20 minutes after the market closes, it looks like tonight. Although, keep in mind, sometimes it comes in a little sooner. Sometimes I've seen it come in a little later, too, but nonetheless. Hey, what's up, Randy? Piccolo, appreciate you. Demure. What's all-time highs right now? 531.56. Yes, I believe it is that, Mason. Let me double check. Yeah, 531.56. You might as well just say 531.50, though. But we did technically make a new high on Monday, but intraday, there is slight resistance here at 530.85. Looks like the SPY is actually hitting that a little bit here at open. Switch over to a couple of the bigger tech stocks on the day, like NVIDIA and others. NVDA does not look too bad here this morning. They had a pretty good pre-market, but they started hitting resistance a little bit in pre-market, so I don't know, not the best, not the worst. AMD actually had a pretty decent run. It's up and down now at open, but pretty big move in pre-market there. Like to see it, like to see it. Looking at the watch list here to start the day. ChargePoint, 4.5%. CHPT, pretty volatile stock. Not one that I usually like to play too much. Shopify is up almost 4%, though. Now, that's a fun one. Shopify could start to prevent some opportunities today. They fell off with earnings pretty hard. They're right on resistance. If they start to break back up a little bit, that would be a beautiful move by them. Let's go check on Zoomy Zoom today. Nice, coming back a little bit. 64.80, okay. Not too bad. Good to see them coming back. Looking at the daily. I did close my swing on this one. Ended up getting totally out of it. Who knows, it might end up doing pretty good today. It's now in the money, past $65. That's good. The earnings really hit these stocks, though. And especially the options, of course, with the IV crush and everything. Good job, though, Zoom. Like to see it. Go back to the watch list real quick. Check out FSLR. Nice, up to 218. It's pretty nice. Good move there. Hope you guys are having a good morning, though. It's a beautiful Wednesday out there. At least it is around my house. Very nice outside so far today. I'm sure it's going to get nice and hot, but that's okay. Actually, no, the high today, only 75. Wow, and the low 61. That's going to be a nice day. Let's go. Might rain a little later, but I don't know why. I woke up today and I was like, it's going to be a good day today. We got NVIDIA earnings tonight. I know that's going to be a very fun event. And let's actually get the poll going with the earnings. Yeah, Meta is popping off very nicely here. Looking at the 1 minute, it was a pretty good move. Of course, it turns around the second I look at it, right? Of course. All right, let's start the poll up here. Will NVIDIA have a positive or negative earnings reaction? positive, negative, and then we're even going to put neutral on this one. All right. Oh, man. Hold up. The poll glitched out on me. Hopefully it pops up for you guys. It should eventually. Yeah, Meta, not too bad, though. Bringing the watch list back up. TSM and AMD, Qualcomm, all right next to each other on the watch list. TSM's definitely not bad. QCOM. All right, voted up. We got 5 votes already. So far, neutral's taking the cake, but I know it's going to get a lot crazier here on the voting, so get those votes going. Let's try to get more votes than yesterday. We had 70 votes yesterday by around 11 a.m. Eastern, so let's see if we can get a lot more here today, see how this one goes. It was very close yesterday with SPY breaking highs by the end of this week. Very, very close. I'm sure now people would change their answer. Hornish and I were talking about that in Discord yesterday. That was funny. High of 72, 9-mile-per-hour wind for Golf League. Hell yeah, Sean. And there's no FOMC meeting tonight, so that's good. You don't have to miss Powell this time. What's up, Ross? Rose or Ross? Good morning. Dalton says BNED. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. Barnes & Noble Education. What the? I've never heard of this one. Very interesting. I know Barnes & Noble. I just didn't know education. 92 cents on the stock. It is up 71% today. I guess that is a good plus with it, but other than that, I mean, this is a super volatile one. Wow, 93. Let's see how much it goes up here in the short term. With how wild this is, it could just be like 1 or 2 1-minute candles and this thing pops up like 20%. Let's see. If it gets back up to like 110, that's almost like 20% from like right where we just were. That's funny. Just under the whole dollar mark, which is pretty huge. Usually stocks love those whole dollar marks. Wonder if it'll act as resistance today. It's their college campus stores. Oh, I see. Very interesting, Dalton. Okay, I haven't heard of that one, but very interesting here. Hopefully it keeps having some good momentum, because I like to see the momentum here coming in with BNED. Everyone's bets are going to be voided for rain delay. I wonder if my bet got voided yesterday. I bet on Goldschmidt to hit a home run with the free money from my bookie, Mason. Did you get that? They had the free money yesterday, the free play. Damn, Cardinals game got delayed last night. They're going to make it up this morning at like 10 a.m. or some crap. Hopefully Goldie can hit a home run. That's what I bet on, of course. Like the worst possible thing to bet on. I bet on Goldschmidt to hit a home run. I don't know why. I felt it. Every time I get the free play, that's all I bet on is like a home run. It might still be going on, Mason. You might get it for a couple days. I'm not sure. Demir's tired of winning on the paper account. Don't be tired of that. BNED might have halted, actually. That's funny. SPY starting to turn back over slightly. It is right at resistance, like 530.85 to 531. Pretty big resistance there. I don't want to see it turn over too hard, though. I'm sure NVIDIA is going to be crazy ahead of the earnings. It's actually falling off here at open. Oof, that's not the best earnings sign, but who knows? Maybe it can start to come back later in the day. Let's go to the hourly chart, see if I can go back to the last earnings. I want to see what NVIDIA did heading into those earnings, because that was pretty wild. Look at how NVIDIA actually dipped for 2 straight days into those earnings there. That was pretty insane to see. I just don't know if they're going to be able to keep up with the expectations this time. That's the problem with NVIDIA. Will they keep up with the expectations or not? And if you haven't voted yet in the poll, get it voted up. Let's go. If you don't, you know, Greta's going to come after you.
All right, all right, all right.
Wow, NVIDIA still selling down. Another harsh red candle on the 1 minute. 1.11% to the downside now. Brutal here. Costco's sort of topping off. Let's see Costco. I might need to make a trip to Costco soon. Wow, yeah, they're getting right towards that recent resistance around 804, 805. Let's see the daily. That's the all-time high, isn't it? Yep, that's the all-time high for Costco. They look like they want to keep running, I'm not going to lie. This stock is wild. It's literally just a few cents now from breaking the highs. That's nuts. There it goes. New all-time highs. 804.91 on Costco. Keep your eyes on Costco here. Maybe it'll go on a nice runner above 805 today. If so, it might actually provide some good breakout opportunity with that all-time high break. But yeah, not bad. There it goes above 805. Billy, how is Billy doing? Billy up 3.8%. Nice, looking at the daily, okay. Coming back a little bit. Got the big money plays on Billy over the past couple months. May 6th was the last entry here. If Billy could truly get back to 17 and break, that would be amazing. I know Baba's not the best today. Some of the other China stocks are kind of still dipping down in the short term, and that's A-okay. You know, these stocks, they're not going to go up forever, especially when they go on as good of runs as they recently did. So pullbacks are a little bit expected, sadly. The BHP big money play is doing good. Oh. Well, it was. Till this morning, of course. Man, I was not expecting that. That is a pretty bad turnover there. A lot of pullbacks starting to come into these stocks that have been moving up for the last few weeks. A lot of pullbacks coming back in. I'm drinking a Red Bull this morning. Red Bull on an empty stomach. That sounds great. It's kind of reacting to me almost like a beer would. Like, you know, I can like feel the bubbles, I guess, as you would say. Maybe from the Anglo deal. Huh. Yeah, Anglo rejects 29.34 pounds per share proposal from BHP. Yeah. BHP bid requires meaningful revision. Yeah, that definitely has to be the, that's gotta be why they're moving like that today. It's gotta be, because that's a pretty steep drop off really quick, so. That's definitely gotta be what it is. We also had Penn. I saw some people saying it was taking a shit in the Discord. Yeah, Penn's not looking too hot in the short term here either. We check the daily on Penn, though, because the daily looks A-okay still. But a lot of time left here. No, I never saw that, Mason. He ate it like it was corn on the cob? No, I've never seen that. But I like that. I like that one guy out there who goes, I eat banana for cramp. He goes, I know cramp. Something like, he's like, monkeys never cramp because they eat banana or something. I don't know what it is, but. Apparently bananas are good with cramps. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what the guy said. It might have been a baseball player. Yeah, that is what he said. The potassium, yeah. I guess there is like some science behind it. Hey, make sure you guys vote up in that poll. 33 votes. I want to beat yesterday's poll number of 70 total votes. So if you're in here, get that vote casted. How do you think NVIDIA is going to react? Positive, negative, or neutral? Looks like it's overwhelmingly positive right now. And that's fine. They're great for hangovers and bad stomachs. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Nice, I'll have to try one later after this Red Bull. Palantir, 2135. Trying to come back a little bit today. Thank God, Palantir. The stock has been so weak and open the past couple days. Do you see Tesla back to 200 end of month? I don't know. I don't know if I see it hitting exactly 200 or not. By the end of the month, that's the big question. I mean, there's only 7 days left. Let's see how many trading days. 1, 2, 8 trading days left, so. Well, no, 7, because of the Memorial Day. Duh. Yeah, I was right. 7, okay. Don't forget, there's no trading this upcoming Monday, guys, for Memorial Day. I know a lot of you guys that might not be in the United States probably didn't know that. Or might not have known it. I don't know. You know, I have no idea. But that is coming up, though. Memorial Day, the 27th. The market will be closed. The futures market will probably be open, though. Or it'll probably open at a weird time or something, like 1 p.m. or something weird. We always get weird futures hours with those. When is the FOMC minutes? That is at 2 p.m. Eastern time. 1 p.m. Central. Coming out later today. That's going to be pretty big too, the FOMC minutes later. Of course, it's going to get overshadowed by NVIDIA's earnings, but it's still a pretty big event with the FOMC minutes. What do you guys think that they're going to do? It's been a while since I've looked at the CME FedWatch tool. Let's go ahead and see the probabilities that are getting priced in right now. Looks like they're pricing in a rate cut starting in September, so looking at least better than it was when they had it pushed all the way out to next year at one point. That was wild. But yeah, I'm glad to see that, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that stays the way it is. But I could see Tesla hitting 200, I guess, by the end of the month. In reality, it only needs just a couple more good green days and it could hit there. I wouldn't be surprised if it tested. Here's what I'm looking for out of Tesla. And I'm not saying that this has to happen by the end of the month, though. But whenever I'm looking at Tesla right here, I'm really watching the mother of all trend lines. I really like this big trend line that Tesla's been following to the downside. It has been on that trend line a lot. You guys can see how consistent that is. There's been tons of touches on this trend. I mean, what are we to not expect it to come back up here, right? So I'm kind of looking forward to get to 200 eventually over the next couple days, couple weeks, get towards 200, and then eventually get towards like 205 to 210, up into that trend line again. I really want to see that trend line touch. Now, of course, the stock could start chopping around and it could take a long time to finally get there, but I'm looking for it to get, for the most part, from where we are now up towards that trend before it breaks down below like 165 again or something crazy like that. So that's what I'm looking for with Tesla, some type of move up towards that trend over the next couple of months. It might not be a super fast move, but that's what I'm really waiting for. Something up towards the trend. Got stopped out on BHP, Stuart said. Damn, yeah. Came back pretty hard there. It was doing good for a couple days there. Had a really good start. A lot of these big money plays lately have been pretty fire, so realize that maybe some of them in the short term might not continue up with like the type of momentum that we've been seeing. Especially if they're big money plays on similar sectors that we've already been playing a lot, right? Palantir. Palantir is kind of brutal here, isn't it? Let's go look at DraftKings. Mason, maybe they'll have DraftKings at that casino. That would be kind of sick. I saw they had a sports book or something. I doubt it's this, though. Easy said, Walgreens looking beautiful. Vail, not bad either. Let's see Vail. That was last night's. Vail is a bit of a shorter term play. The thing I really like about Vail is that this stock extended up and above what I would call the support here. Now around 1260. I'm definitely going to use that area as good support here in the short term. That would be nice to see Vail just continue to hold above here. It might come down to test it, but honestly, for the overall move, that would be perfectly normal. Hey, Tom, should you highlight the BMP in red if it turns out to be a failure? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, though. That's a good question. Probably should. But it takes a little bit of time. Once they end, I usually just take them off the chart. Manny says, wow, look at Enphase. What's going on here? Whoa, Enphase. That is a nice move. They must be like the top of my watch list now. Oh, they're pretty close. Yeah, a lot of those solar stocks. FSLR, Enphase, Solar Edge, SEDG. FSLR is hot too. SEDG. Man, that's great for clean energy. There's some news today. That is awesome. Great job by these stocks. Let's go look at Enphase on the daily. I know it's pretty brutal. Yeah, it's been chopping around a lot down here. What a good day today. The thing I'll say with Enphase is the move today is pretty similar to the move we saw on the 14th of May. That was a pretty big move by them intraday. Another big move on the 3rd of May. Couple of these, like, a lot of these green candles actually on Enphase are huge over the past couple months. Some of them are even bigger than today's candle. But I love that candle today. You know, we're coming up off that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day dip there with the red candles, and we're getting that nice extension back. It looks like a nice stair step forward. You guys can see here on the charts how it looks like 2 green candles like to come in usually after these little dips. So I do like that here with Enphase quite a bit on the daily. It gives me a lot of confidence with this one into tomorrow. I'm not saying to swing it into tomorrow, but I think tomorrow you could see a very similar move to today. That's a good one, Manny. Nice job finding these solars. Looking at the SM bot, of course, Enphase and FSLR are all over it. Oxy puts. The oil stocks falling down today. We had that bad news with oil last night. I don't know if you saw that. Biden's going to start releasing barrels of gasoline. Looks like reducing the inventories here. Yeah, not the best thing to hear if you're bullish on oil and gas. That's going to hurt Oxy, Zom, BP in the short term. Oil went on one hell of a run, though. Well, I will say that. That was a great run by oil if we switch over to the daily chart. That was a pretty good run this year from the lows up to where it got. I know it wasn't too crazy. You know, something like 28, almost 30%. Not bad, but it's starting to come down pretty hard now. And, you know, trend lines and everything alone looks kind of like a little bear flag or something going on here. Definitely not what I want to see. I love oil stocks too, you know, don't get me wrong. But short term, I think that they could end up falling down a little bit. I was pretty bullish. I know a lot of the move was attributed to the Middle East news, but I was more bullish on OPEC cutting production. I think that was pretty insane on oil. But now, of course, Biden's trying to do his own thing, so we're pretty influential in the oil and gas industry as well, but it's just bad short-term news. Going back to the SPY. It's good for everyone, though, paying at the pump. It's good for that. The Mirror sold his paper calls for Costco. 70% profit. Very nice. Ant-Man plays on Friday. The Ant-Man. Watch them get knocked out. Go Mavs. I'm going to wear my Luka jersey. I'm going to wear my Luka jersey down there. That'll be nice. Kira. Wow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's pretty crazy for playoffs, yeah. It is just basketball, though, you know, they're just running. It's not, like, that hard, I guess. They're mainly jogging half the time. Yeah, hockey doing that 3 days in a row would be kind of brutal. Very brutal. Looking at the banks today, they're not too bad, but they're not the greatest either. JPM's trying to come up today. Let's go back to end phase. That's where the real momentum was. Ah, ever since we turned it on, it's been starting to consolidate a little bit. What about Peloton? What's up with them today? I guess 5% on Peloton isn't the best. It's not like most stocks we talk about if they move 5%. Oh, the CTE. They've been talking about that a lot with sports lately. Let's check on Amazon really fast. Let's go check the Mag 7 stocks. Let's go look at those. Check the 4-chart setup here. SPY, Meta, GME, NVDA. We gotta take that off. Let's put an Apple on there. Yeah, kind of mixed. Let's check on SPY. Coming back. Hey, SPY is getting closer towards that all-time high. Slowly but surely. Sean said, is bad oil news bullish for gold? You know, that's a good question, Sean. I've never really looked into the gold and oil correlation out there. That's a good question. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bullish for gold. I'm gonna plot GLD, and I'm also gonna plot crude oil futures and see like what the correlation is here. Let's see. I'm interested. GLD has weak correlation to gold or to crude. Weak correlation to crude oil on the gold. Let's actually change just the gold futures, though. I'm having a problem, though. I can't remember the futures ticker for gold. I know copper's HG. Ah, it's GC. That's it. Now let's see the correlation. Yeah, still weak. Okay, I figured, but just wanted to make sure there wasn't something weird going on. Yeah, let's turn the SPY back on here. There we go. GLD's actually been pretty correlated to SPY, which is pretty insane. You know, a lot of people always like to say that gold inverses the market. Over the past year to 2 years, it's actually been pretty good correlation. It's been better correlated than Apple has, which is pretty weird. Sure thing, ROS. Here's the watch list. Got AMD, Enphase, EA. What the hell? Why is Electronic Arts up so much today? Whoa. That is pretty nuts. What's going on here, EA? What is going on? Not seeing anything right off the bat. Let's see if there's anything on Thinkorswim News. Oh, wow. They announced a partnership with UNICEF. Oh, okay. Nice. Cool. That's neat. Is that why they're up so much? I know that college football game's coming out. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, college football 25. That's going to be an interesting one. They haven't made one since like 2014. That's a pretty wild move on the daily, I gotta say. That is pretty nuts. But bringing the watch list back up. Still have all the crazy EV / charging stocks, solar stocks up. Like Blink for the EV charging, doing very well. Plug Power doing well too. We got FSLR still popping. Enphase might try to go again. Maybe off of this dip. That would be fun. Let me pull up the NVIDIA article here. I want to look at some of the expectations here ahead of these earnings. Solar Edge. Hey, Chewy, 2.5%. CHWY coming back alive. The dogs are going to rejoice out there. I know a lot of you guys out there love Chewy. I think it's a pretty awesome company. I wish that they would do better with their stock. Looks like it's starting to do better, though. Chewy. They halted BNED. Must have been like a circuit breaker or something. Volatility halt, I guess. Of course, right? Anytime the stocks start getting fun, they just get halted right away. But if you guys are just now joining up, make sure you smash that like button. And while you're in that process, vote up in the poll. It has 49 total votes. Get those votes in here for NVIDIA. We had 70 votes yesterday. Let's see if we can get to that number or at least break it. That would be pretty badass. If you're just now joining up and you don't know what's going on today, there is the FOMC minutes coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern time here. Don't forget about that. It'll be pretty important later. They'll talk about the rate cuts and etc. And then, of course, we have NVIDIA and Snowflake reporting earnings tonight. I don't really care too much about Snowflake's earnings, but I know everybody's really going to love NVIDIA's earnings. That's going to be a big event here. With Snowflake, they have a lot of ground to make up from when they dipped on the last earnings report. On Snowflake's last earnings, they actually dipped like 17%. That's pretty nuts. And it was actually even more than that at the low. But they've been starting to form a good base. They're coming back a little bit. I'm not saying that these earnings are going to be great, but, you know, judging by how they're down around support, if they come in very negative again, that's going to really suck for Snowflake. So I'm definitely going to watch this one. Maybe see like a nice move up and then catch like a good multi-day continuation maybe. That could be fun. But I know everyone's here for NVIDIA. And whenever I look at NVIDIA, it's a little scary. We're triple topping on the daily chart right at this all-time high / resistance around 965 to 970. Need to see a good breakout around this area. Looking at the earnings for tonight, it's pretty insane. Okay, pretty insane. If we scroll down to see what they are looking at for the forecast, the consensus forecast calls for NVIDIA to increase sales by 251% to $22.9 billion and earnings by 425% to $5.15 per share. That is pretty crazy there, guys. That is some pretty high expectations, but maybe they will be able to increase sales by that much. HSBC analyst Lee expects NVIDIA to end Q1 with revenue of $28 billion. That's way more than $23 billion. Imagine how much sales would go up if it ended up at 28 billion. That would be pretty insane. For the whole year, they're expecting sales to rise 71.3%. I find that pretty interesting, though. The mean 12-month price target for NVIDIA stock is 986.01. Rosenblatt Securities has the highest 12-month price target at $1,400 for a 12-month price target. That's pretty nuts. Wow. I wish that they would say the lowest number on there. ROS says, why the high expectations? Well, NVIDIA has been doing very, very well. Like, on their last earnings, they killed it. They knocked it out of the park. I can't remember the percentages, but, like, the percentages that I was reading was just insane. You know, like, pretty insane. So, they're just a company that's growing at a super rapid pace. That's why it's so high, but... Randy said, so SPY gets and holds 531.50 in the next hour. How does that relate to the poll yesterday? Does that count? No, it has to have like a clear breakout above that level. So like as far as the poll yesterday, like I would say like if there's a good extension up to like let's say like 532. If SPY hits 532 or higher, we could count this as like a true break. So I would say in relation to the poll, yeah, if it breaks 531.50, runs up towards 532, then it would count as, you know, it breaking right there. But if we see it break by like 5 or 10 cents or something and then come right back, then I wouldn't count it. Or if it just holds here, I wouldn't count it either. ROS says, but 425% high? I know, right? But they literally did have those types of numbers last time. Let me go back and find the old article so I can show you. I think you'll be blown away by some of the crap that I heard. See, it was on February 21st. Okay. They're pissing me off. All right, so look at this. The last time that they reported earnings, NVIDIA posted revenue up 265%, which is pretty insane. That's revenue. I wish that they would throw out a percentage here for the EPS. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look at this one. This was their last report. Look at this. NVIDIA reported $12.29 billion in net income during the quarter, or $4.93 per share, up 769% versus last year's $1.41 billion, or 57 cents per share. Total revenue rose 265%. So that's crazy numbers right there. 769% versus last year's 1.41 billion. The net income went up that much in a year. That's pretty wild. Data center sales were up 409%. So this is like why they have such crazy numbers here. You know, this is a company that really does throw out crazy numbers. It's not like the expectations. They might not even be that high, you know, considering, but like, let's say that they do come under these expectations a little bit. It's gonna definitely freak people out. the short term. Yeah, it's crazy, ROS. EA puts easy said. If you're looking to scalp it intraday, maybe. But on a scalp like that, you know, it would be more of like a play you need to feel out, enter, and exit pretty quick. I wouldn't buy and hold puts on EA. No way. It looks like they're moving up pretty well. A lot of times whenever this stock starts to go, it can have some pretty good continuations. I love EA for the long term. I hope that they continue to do very, very well. I was watching them on this dip. I was actually hoping they would dip a little bit more. But if not, I guess I'll miss it. And that's okay. The electric doors at Walgreens, the fridges are NVIDIA. What? I never knew that. That's wild. That's weird, Mason. I never knew that. Demir goes, why would you like EA stock? Yeah, I know EA gets a lot of hate, but man, I really love the video game industry for the long term. And if you're going to look at a company that's going to be sustainable, this is it. You know, this is one of the companies out there that if you could pick any of the gaming companies out there to stick around, this is probably one of the top ones people would pick. Hey, 0915 Brad. What's up? Is that like a military designation? I think I might have asked you that before. Maybe. Maybe. But to get that, you have to get the stock analysis dashboard. No. Where is my link here? I'm looking through my links. Did I accidentally delete my link? Oh, how dare me. How dare me. Let me go get it from somewhere else. No, it's our custom trading algo here on TradingView. Custom stock algo. Here we go. How did that link go away? Here you go though, Brad. Check out the one I just sent in the chat. I actually got to do something with that really quick. Somehow my link got deleted on this one. There we go. Here, try this one out. This one's a better link. It'll show you the real page here. This one will show you the page that'll have the actual stuff on it. It'll show you what everything is, all the stuff involved with it too. It's pretty awesome. It's just a one-time purchase as well. You know, nothing you have to pay for yearly or monthly or anything like that. Hey, Mason, here we go with that picture. Let's see. Open the link. Amazing new fridge technology at Walgreens. Redundant, unnecessary. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Prevents the basic function of seeing inside. I think that they let you see inside, like, once you walk in front of them. They're, like, motion detected, aren't they, or something? Oh, no, wait. I see what you mean, Mason. Weird. They don't have that at the Walgreens by me yet. We still have the old-time Farmer Man Walgreens, so... Yeah, Richard, Plug has been on fire today. Plug Power, anything to deal with like solar or clean energy or something, seems like it's on fire. Even Blink, which is EV charging, is, you know, popping off like Plug. Love to see that. FSLR, Enphase, all popping off and continuing here, actually. FSLR just started re-breaking out. 9.2% now. Enphase as well. Damn. That's huge. 118.65. Wow, Enphase. 6.9%. Elon's favorite percentage. During Christmas, they had dancing gingerbread men. That would be kind of neat, you know, having custom stuff come on there. That'd be cool. They're getting tired of people stealing. Is that why? Interesting. Enphase on the daily doesn't even look that good, but I think it could go up quite a bit more. Still room overhead. Blaze said Penn's trying to come back. It actually, yeah, it almost came back. It's up in the green. Now that's good. That's a good sign. My Red Bull today. Penn, that is a good move. Still coming back alive. Still has a little room overhead, but I think it could go up a little bit more. Get up there a little bit. They don't let put buyers into their stores, Sean, so you're lucky. Hey, get those votes in. We're only 4 votes off from beating the vote count from yesterday. Let's go. Get those votes in. We're going to close them at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. So we have about 37 minutes left on the vote. So get them in, guys. There we go. 70 votes. Also hit that like. Let's try to hit 50. Help us out on YouTube a little bit here. You know what they say.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, so those are some great stats there on YouTube. I have a free pass, Sean said. I fired Starbucks 719, 80 calls this morning. S-Bucks with the coffee. Nice, Sean. Yeah, that's a good little pop here out of Starbucks. S-Bucks. Very interesting company. How high do you see Chewy going in the next couple of months? CHWI, Easy said. 2.34%. Pretty good move up here. Looking at the daily. How high do I see Chewy going in the next couple of months? I could at least see a retest of like 1870. But honestly, like, let's say by like the end of July, almost beginning of August, I would not be surprised if this stock was back to like $20 or so. I would not be surprised one bit, like 20 to 21. That's kind of what I'm looking for with Chewy here, especially off the bottom part of the range. I would love to see it at least get back up to like 19 to 20. That would be pretty awesome to see. Wow, let's see FSLR. Someone's looking for a book map in the Discord. Load it up for FSLR. Go over to the 5-minute chart. Go back to SPY. Let's look at some of the Mag 7 again. SPY dipped a little bit here over the past like 20, 30 minutes. Looks like it wants to try to pop back, though. Might try to test that all-time high here. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised one bit. ZW said SPY. Yeah, SPY is consolidating a little bit here. I think it'll retest that all-time high sometime soon. That would be pretty awesome to see here today. Looking at NVIDIA, though, it's definitely not helping to see NVIDIA fall off. Let's check on some of the other Mag 7s. Like, Apple looks pretty good. Like, it's holding pretty high. I wouldn't be surprised if they broke out a little bit more. Definitely eye up Apple here. I mean, if Apple starts to break above this little range and truly hold here, this could be a very fire breakout play here today. And you don't need to catch 1,000% on something like Apple. You know, just a nice, simple breakout, quick momentum play. Whatever you want to call it. Breakout play, scalp, momentum. SM Bot nailed the ZOM 117 play. That was pretty cool seeing those puts play out like that. Yeah, SM Bot's been calling out ZOM to the downside quite a bit this morning. I wonder if it's leading on the bot counter, actually. Let's see. Not at the moment, but Oxy was leading it earlier in the morning. ZOM was on there earlier on, but that's badass. Is Enphase finally slowing up? Yeah, it is a little bit. At least a little. It'd be great if NEM quit getting woodshedded. Yeah, it would. That's a pretty steep drop, 3.2% today. Damn. That is a pretty rough drop. Don't be surprised if some of these commodities and oil stocks start pulling back, guys. You know, just, I want everyone out there to just keep in mind that that could be a very high possibility right now. We're seeing pretty much all of them starting to come down at least a little bit from these highs. You know, anything that expires short term, like within a month or 2 months, could be starting to get pretty brutal, you know, on these little pullbacks. How's Zoomy Zoom today? Zoom's still bouncing, trying to run back up. Zoom wants it. I appreciate those votes, though, today. 74 votes. Let's go. Easy said Tesla. .97%. Now down 3% on the day. Watch 180 support, guys. I'll tell you what, on Tesla today, I think that the best way to go is to wait, watch the 180 support. If you see a good touch there, maybe start to look to reverse it back up, honestly. Like, this 179, 180 support is huge, guys. I'm not saying it's as big as $200 overhead, but, you know, watching this area is going to be a major, major thing today. I would doubt it falls much under this, like, 178 point. Even if it does break 180, I would really doubt 178 breaks. You never know on these weird earnings type of days, though, but yeah, I'm almost looking to buy the dip down here. See how it goes. Yeah, so 74 votes positive is going to take the win. It looks like there's going to be no real way for negative or neutral to end up coming back. But that was a cool poll today. 74 total votes. I'm glad to see that, you know, a lot of people think it's going to be positive on NVIDIA. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was positive. I would not. I'm very torn on this one. Like, I feel like the expectations are high, but then again, they're high for a reason. It's a big company. They're a crazy stock. The last time they reported, I can't believe I even read that number. Yeah, the EPS rose 769%. So the net income, that's just nuts. On the last report. They're expecting something like 400% now, so. Got Biden hitting the oil stocks a bit. Intraday NVIDIA looks kind of brutal. Selling back off towards the low of day. Check on Amazon. Just chopping around. Nothing crazy. Apple. Still sitting around the high of day. This thing's still looking pretty good. Keep eyeing this up. Maybe even make an alert. Like 192.80. You know, if we retest the high of day, get an alert. If we retest it, it'd probably run up. Jay Harris asked for SMCI book map. Here you go. This is what we're looking like. All right, this is like a weird wedge play today. 100%. Weird wedge on SMCI going on. I got to go look at that on the 1 minute. What the hell? I could even tell it was a wedge on the book map, which is weird. This is an interesting one today. I don't know. I'm gonna draw it out like this and see what we look like here. That's a weird setup on SMCI. Which way? That's the main question here. I would wait to see a clear break, either up or down out of this. Or going too crazy with it, but very interesting setup in SMCI today. You don't get these setups all the time. SPY trying to make a little comeback here. How's Goog? Amazon was still chopping. NVIDIA. What's our heat map looking like? I know this is delayed a little bit, but still interesting. ADI is up 7%. Analog devices. Oh, they had earnings. Okay. Man, the big money play on these ADI puts got screwed over. That's for sure. Entered on 415. Let's see. 415. Yeah, that was a... It did go down quite a bit there in the short term. Maybe they exited, but... Stock really roared back to life. Broke out above that 200 resistance in a crazy way with ADI. Especially with those earnings today. Just added more fuel to the fire. Wow. Haha, Mason put that little arrow. $75 votes coming in. Nice. Let's see if we can hit 80. Vote it up. George said, anyone else trading Wendy's to the upside? WEN. That is a huge dip that Wendy's just had here. This is very, very interesting. Savage said, why does it seem like stocks bounce off the VWAP almost algorithmically? There's a lot of things out there like that, Savage. You know, like where you'll see bounces. Whether you're looking at trend lines that do that, or the VWAP, or sometimes SMAs even, Savage. You know, SMAs, EMAs, simple moving averages, you know, etc. Stuff like that. Sometimes it really does look like that there's like algorithms tied to these things, Savage. I'll be real with you. And I don't know if it's necessarily algorithms tied to it, or if it's necessarily a lot of retail traders, you know, trading it all off those levels either. Because, you know, a lot of retail traders look at VWAP and stuff. Hard to say, but a lot of those, you know, whether you're looking at VWAP or some moving averages or trend lines, you know, sometimes the bounces are just too consistent to call it random, you know, and I feel you there. I'm not a big VWAP fan, but I know what you're saying. Whenever I used to plot it, there were quite a few bounces off of it. But of course, though, you know, Savage, like, trade off of VWAP all the time and see if it works out. Probably wouldn't be the best strategy. What is going on here, Jane? Got some cicadas out here.
Guys here, getting ready to fly. Check them out. And we have, show you real quick, a bunch of them in here. If you look closely in these plants, there are a ton of them.
Oh man, I'll have to take a video for you guys in a second. Holy crap, do we have too many of these things here. Ooh, crude oil inventories came in at 1.825 million versus negative 2.4 million forecast. Let's go look how crude's moving, if we're getting any crazy price action intraday. Yeah, I feel you there, Savage. I feel you. Hey, thanks for the donation, though. Let's go. $5. Thank you so much, Savage. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the $5. Got to get some claps going for you. That's badass, Savage. But yeah, Savage, there's been a lot of talk about VWAP over the past few years, and, you know, it's been something that people try to look at all the time. It's a very popular one. It'll be an interesting thing to see how you progress with VWAP, you know? Hopefully you can come teach us in here, Savage. I'll have to ask you some questions about it soon. Baba falling down like crazy, down 2.46%. Not like crazy, I guess. Well, I guess it's fallen almost like $10 in 2 days, so down like 7% from the recent high. Jay said W for Savage. Hell yeah. You just contributed to Tom's casino fund. What if I saved it all up and then like once we hit like 1,000 or something, I put it all on like a crazy out of the money option or something. See if it could explode. That would be pretty funny. Jay goes, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's not a bad one. Low key. Not a bad one. Switching back over to the QQQ and the SPY really quick. I'm sure people don't want to see Baba's chart right now. QQQ coming back alive. 456.60 is a good intraday resistance that it might run up into here. SPY is still just chopping. It's probably just going to chop into the NVIDIA earnings tonight. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get some better intraday movement. N-phase puts, Savage said. Ooh. Honestly, N-phase puts might not be too bad today considering how much it's up. Little risky, but I mean, it's bouncing off the resistance I've had on the chart for a long time. I guess I've had a lot of levels here though, so. Called for a purpose said, what is FSLR resistance? Let's check. Holy crap, look at that on the daily. I never even went and looked at the daily in the past couple days on FSLR, but oh my word. That is some insane movement. It just broke resistance. I think it's at all-time highs now, actually. Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it's not. Wow, this company's been around this long? Okay. There's some resistance here very close to 235, 240. Past that, I have resistance at 280. That's going to be a big spot. That's a long way away, though. Honestly, though, that's going back to right before the 2008 financial crisis. Look at the way this stock ran up back then. Imagine catching this thing as it like came onto the market around 24 and watching it go up to 311. Holy crap. I didn't realize that this stock moved like Zoom, you know? Keep this in mind for like whenever you see these other stocks like Zoom and others. Look how long it took for it to come back. You know, Zoom could still chop around for a few more years before truly coming back. Speaking of them, not too bad today. Ah, man, he says freedom. He's always posting the William Wallace GIFs. They are so funny. I love those. I love those. Those get me going. Don't forget about the live Q&A tonight, guys. Live Q&A at 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight for Trading Floor members. Make sure you're in there. It's in the Discord under the Trading Floor tab. You'll see the live Q&A channel. That's where it is. You can also check out event information in there as well. If you're not a member of the trading floor, check out the link I just sent in the chat. Get joined up, and I will make sure you have access before the event starts, as long as you sign up before the event, of course. The Scotland flag is now one of my most frequently used emojis. I used to play this one video game. I think it was called Mountain Blade Warband is what it was called. Here, Mountain Blade. This game was really good. So it was like a medieval game, and it was pretty sick. You would have like these... You could do like 150 versus 150 fights. Like there'd be 150 people attacking each other on both sides with swords and crap. Like, could you imagine that? It was so sick. But on there, whenever you were fighting, you could do like war cries. And sometimes your guy, if you were on Scotland, he'd be like, Scotland forever! And all this stuff. It was so funny. It was so funny. Ah, Demir knows the game. That's cool. Hey, Carson. Appreciate that. Let's go. The first super on a live stream. Hell yeah, Carson. Appreciate you there. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you guys so much. Of course, you guys don't have to do that, but if you feel willing, you know, there you go. Love it, though, Carson. Thank you. Yeah, that was a very brutal game, Carlo. Very brutal, but love it, Carson.
All right, all right, all right.
Love those. You know, since EA Sports is doing good today, I guess I gotta, you know.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the game. They should do like a soundbite of me saying it. Imagine you start up like the new NCAA football game and it's me going, EA Sports, it's in the game. They would think it was Caitlin Clark talking or something. I used to restart EA games like 5 times just to hear it. I feel you there, Mason. It was always sick. I used to love Madden 2001. I think it used to do it on there. Hell yeah, Carson. Made some solid money the other day. You taught me some charting 100. Nice. Love it, Carson. Appreciate you. Giving back to the community. Let's go. Penn trying to hold yesterday's highs, Blaze said. PENN. Mason said Madden 08 was the shit. You know, that's so funny, man. That's one of the ones that I played the most. Out of all of them ever, I think I played that one the most. Yeah, it was that one. Every time I played that, I played as the Patriots, Mason. Every single time. Always the Patriots on that one. I think, wasn't that coming... That game was coming off of their undefeated season, wasn't it? I still have it, actually, on PS2. Which is funny. You see, that's pretty funny. I still got it. 456.60 resistance on QQQ. Still can't get back up to there today. The hell, QQQ? I want to see you get back there. Game Breaker 99. What the? Oh, NCAA Game Breaker. I've never even heard of this one, Sean. That's pretty cool. Weren't the graphics in 99 just awesome? Like, look at this, guys. Look at these graphics. It literally looks like you're playing in a Minecraft world. It looks worse than Minecraft. I can't believe it. Sometimes, well, not sometimes anymore, but whenever I was like 15, 16, 17 years old, I used to break out the PS1 sometimes and play the old Madden 99 or Madden 2000 or whatever it was, and then there was like a cool fishing game for the PS1 where you had like a fishing pole and you would like cast it and reel it in. Let's see, PS1 fishing pole game. It was pretty wild. There was quite a bit of them, wow. Here's what the pole looked like, though. This was sick. I bet my mom threw this away. I'm gonna have to get angry at her for this. I actually went fishing last night. I caught only one, but my buddy caught like 7. I'm actually thinking about going fishing tonight and hooking up a cicada on the line and throwing it in the water. I would almost bet that I would get some good hits if I hooked up a cicada and threw it in the water. I would almost guarantee a hit. Palmer said, what do you fish for? Just bass, mainly. We have a pretty nice neighborhood lake here that's nice and peaceful. I like going down to. There's nothing too crazy in there. I'd say probably like maybe like 2 to 3 pounders at like the max. So nothing crazy, but I would say 3 pounds max, yeah. Ricky goes, you got a bass boat? No, my buddy does, though. My buddy does. He's got a bass boat, and he got like 4 different boats, actually. He's like a boating maniac. Yeah, I'm scared to answer Demir's question, Mason. I really am. Spy dipped down 530.85 now. Still using that as support. Not my favorite setup on the day. Let's go back to SMCI. See how it's moving out of that wedge. Haha, it's still stuck within the wedge, guys. Look at that. That's funny. That's funny you say that, Sean. We went down there last night after doing some yard work, and we cracked open a nice bush latte and had some fishing going on. It's like golfing sober. If I want to beat Mason, I can't have any drinks when I play Mason this weekend. If I start drinking, Mason's going to beat me. Palantir sitting like 21.36. How many bounces is Palantir going to have off this damn high? Like, it literally has hit here exactly like 4 times today now. Definitely eye up this 21.36 resistance. I don't know what's up with it, but I gotta go check it on Bookmap with Palantir. I gotta give it a little look. 21.36. There, you can't tell me there's not sellers here. There's gotta be something there on Bookmap, right? 2136. Nothing. Are you yanking my chain? Wow. I mean, there's a little bit, you know, but that's just pretty direct, you know, pretty exact right there to the cent. 4 perfect touches on these 1 minute candles. Sean goes, I need 2 lattes before I start the round to not be a head case. I feel that. Yeah, I'm a lot better when I don't drink. Although, I always overdo it when I start, so. Sturgeon fishing would be fun. Man, I would love that. Sturgeon fishing, holy shit. There's no sturgeon in this lake, but go to the Lake of the Ozarks and do some sturgeon fishing. That'd be fun. Damn, Palantir. I've shot below par more times plowed than not. 85 inches is Ricky's best catch. Whoa. Break out the tape measure. All right, we're almost to 80 votes. Who's going to be the 80th vote out there? I know somebody out there is going to hit it. Spy's still coming up really good off that little support there. If I'm not breaking 95, I'm cracking one open, Mason said. Oh. Yeah, this weekend, I shot one of my worst rounds in a long time. Let me go check it on the GIN. My handicap actually went down to 11, though, which is interesting. Because I had a good round a couple rounds ago. So, listen to my last 4 rounds, guys. You guys are going to laugh at me, okay? I shot 90, 85, 78, and then over this past weekend, I shot a 96. 96. 90, 85, 78, 96. Can you pick which one of those I was drinking during? At least drinking a lot during? Definitely the 96. My average score is 89.6, it says. Yeah, that's not very good. I told my friend not to even count the 96. He told me he was turning it into a practice round, and then he posted it on that stupid Grint app, and then it auto put it onto the GIN for me, and I was like, dude, you said that was, you changed it to practice. Like, I wish that I could take the score off somehow. I don't know how to do that, but he legit said he was making it a practice round and then didn't do it. Because he started playing, see, he started playing bad, and then he goes, let's make it a practice round. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then he started playing better, and so I guess he decided not to. But what an asshole. I don't think I can take it off now that it's on there. Unless I emailed the GIN or something. Maybe I can email him, actually. I might have to do that. Gotta get those doubles off the card. As long as I don't go OB, I really won't ever get a double, but... Yeah, we're playing the damn tips at these courses, Mason. These are short courses. Maybe I'll play the tips and you can play one up for me, Mason, if that's fair. No one's talking at 1, Ricky. We just have the FOMC minutes coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. FOMC minutes. It's just like a recap of what happened at the last FOMC meeting. For anybody who doesn't know, during important meetings and stuff, they keep what are called minutes, which are essentially just like a written account of what they said at the meeting. Or at that event, or whatever it is. Whether it's a meeting, or... I believe there's even minutes for, like, court cases and stuff, so... End phase might go here. Oh. It's starting to get going again. I can't believe it's going on a secondary run here. FSLR never even slowed down. 12.68% now. All-time... No, not all-time highs we learned, but... Getting back up into that range, that's for sure. So over the past 2 days, FSLR has went up, I think, like 40%? No, 20%. 20%. Sean said, I bet if I caddied for you, told you what shots to hit, those doubles would almost stop. They might. They might, Sean. What are you going to do, though, whenever it's like a par 5 and you got to hit it over some water and you have to hit a driver and then we skank it and it goes in the water? Then what happens? Sean's going swimming for the ball. Yeah. He'll find it so it doesn't count as lost. What's going on, guys? Haven't stopped in here for a little while. Hope all is well. What's up, Jacob? Hey, glad to have you back here today. Appreciate that. Let's switch back to the end phase. It's starting to get crazy out there. I'm watching that resistance so close. It's like right there, 121.60. Crazy resistance. Look at how when you zoom out, there's just been so many chops up and down on this stock. It's like, over the past few months, this has been like a chop fest, if I've ever seen one. Jeez. Every once in a while, this stock just has these like weird, really good days. I don't know what's up with that. A wild stock. Ha, this. I know that. Yeah, I feel that, Sean. I feel you there. I really do usually try to play it smart. I'm not gonna lie, I usually do. It always comes from some horse shit. I swear, I always get screwed over. Like, my biggest thing, Sean, and I don't know, like, yeah. It's just like during the round, it's almost like, it's like impossible for me to not have like 2 or 3 OBs with the driver. Like, I can't not slice it sometimes or something. It's like, and I feel myself totally leave it open when it happens too. I can't get it. Can't get it. Next golf trip, me and Mason will have to come up to you, Sean, and you'll have to give us lessons for a week. And then we'll play each other after like 5 days of lessons, and we'll see who can win. Savage said, I'm gonna cry. Don't cry, Savage. Oh, Jacob, everyone says that, man. Mason's always like, Tom, you're on the first tee. We see the news here on FSLR really fast. FSLR is really going. They had a lot of price target adjustments I saw on the news yesterday. That really started kickstarting things. Yeah, Michael Burry bought some of these too. That's pretty big. Michael Burry, Mason goes, I'm all in now. Date night tonight, Sean said. Hell yeah. Don't forget about that, guys. 9 p.m. Eastern. Date night tonight. Don't forget. Make sure you guys do your makeup. Wear your best outfit. No, I'm just kidding. Live Q&A tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be ready. For trading floor members, make sure you're there. We're going to have the GIF. We're going to have the GIF off before the meeting starts. Whenever the meeting starts and Mike asks how we're doing, I'm going to announce the winner of the GIF off. So I better see a whole bunch of good ones in there, guys. You can't post more than one, though. You can't post more than one. You got to pick one good one and post it up in there. Hey, Dax, it's $149 a month. Here's a link if you want to check it out. $797 a year. The yearly is a lot better, of course. You save like, I think like $700 or $800 that way. Pretty badass. But of course, out of a year, you'll get a lot more education and a lot more. I would say you would learn way more over the course of a year, of course, but You could always get monthly, then upgrade later on or something if you like it. Jiffy Lube. Jif off, yeah. Oh yeah, guys, we're gonna have a Jif off. That's right. That's funny. I want to see some good ones, though. You guys better put some work into finding the best one. I don't know. Manny's going to be hard to beat. Like, if I had to do, like, a ranking list here, I think I would put, like, Manny as, like, the #1 seed. And I'd put, like, Demure as the #2 seed. What's the limit of GIFs? Gotta set like 3 max. No, 1. I said only 1. I wouldn't post like... Yeah, if you guys just start posting 20 of them, then it's just... There's just no point, you know? You know, only 1. You know, you gotta find 1 good one, but... I want to see a lot of them, though. Like, I want to see like 10, 20 people do this. That'd be cool. Mason's the underdog, yeah. Palantir. Come on, Spy. There we go, Spy. Starting to get towards that all-time high. Let's see if we can get up there and get a true break going. Looks like it's going for a test. That's going to be a fun one here. Going for the test. Right around 531.50. Let's check the book map. Not too much there. But of course it's SPY. ETF. Best gift to make people laugh. Make sure that the GIF also works in the chat. You know, there's a lot of them that aren't on the Discord GIF list. You might have to go find one somewhere else. A lot of my favorite ones aren't ever on Discord's GIF list, and I'm like, come on. Pretty nuts with the SPY, though, starting to come back. That's awesome to see. How's QQQ? Are we at new highs? Yep, QQQ, new all-time highs. Broke the high of this morning. Beautiful movement there. Who loves the all-time highs? I'm sure you guys prefer this over anything else. Like a drop, of course. Book map for IWM. Let me pull it up. All-time highs, you say? Let's see how IV feels. Yasser said I was doing technical analysis on Shopify yesterday. Saw the vital support, but did not trust myself and ditched it. Yeah, whenever you get your technicals lining up right, man, you gotta... It's hard to trust yourself, but I feel you there. Looking good, though, around that support. That could have been pretty fire. It would have been a little risky, though, to hold through the close like that. That is kind of annoying that it gapped up so much. You know, that is pretty annoying. Hopefully Tom's not biased to cats. Jane's gonna take the cake. I was almost gonna say cats aren't allowed, but... yeah, IV low. I feel you there. Let's pull it up. The SPY. Yeah, the IV. Definitely low relative to recently. That's totally fine, though, you know? Totally A-okay. There'll still be opportunities out there, don't worry. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, the options suck now. It's like, they're not that bad, you know? You'll still be able to catch winners here and there. Just might not be as crazy. The regards. Demir. I gotta find my Powell thing. Where is that Powell deepfake video at? I swear I downloaded that, kept it somewhere. I must have deleted it or something, though. Damn, I'll never find that again. Do you guys remember that? That was so funny. Good old JP. Xbox goes, where do you rank me then? I don't know, Xbox. I'm not totally sure where I'd rank you. That's a good question. Where would I rank you? Once I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, you know, this is kind of hard to rank. I don't see you ever posting up too many GIFs, Xbox. Let me check out your history here on... Okay. You know, I guess I stand corrected. There's been a few. There's been a few. All right, Xbox. I definitely stand corrected. I'm looking at this one where you go, I found her, guys. Miss Transitory? What? Yeah, those SpongeBob ones are pretty good. I do stand corrected there. QQQ is consolidating at that all-time high, which is actually a pretty good sign. If it could keep holding right here, you know, there might be a little jump up off of this little dip, and that could provide a pretty good intraday opportunity here. We get that little jump coming in. Again, I don't think you need to chase anything too crazy. Like, I wouldn't look for anything to go up like 100% or anything, but... That daily, or the 1 minute, looking good, coming back. It almost looked like a daily chart, the way I was looking at it. That's a beautiful setup, though, with the way it's coming back up off that support. Would love to see a nice breakout up through the range. Yeah, 87 votes on this poll. That is a wild one, guys. Thank you all so much for voting in that and sticking with us today. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Do you think there's a 3084 is a good support for JD? 3084. Let's see. I gotta check that in the hourly, actually. 3084. Yeah, I see why you're putting that there. I see what you're saying. Honestly, I would just say anywhere around 31 at that point. You know, you're getting close enough that you could just give or take a few cents. You know, there could be just a weird wick or something like that that comes in that kind of gets it back there. But, yeah, I would say just right around 31, of course. 30 is pretty big underneath, obviously. On my chart, I really have 29 as being like a pretty big level, but again, give or take just a little bit. I see why you put it there, though, because that's kind of like where this wick extends to, and I definitely feel you there. I definitely feel that. Just give or take slightly. Yeah, no problem, Savage. Appreciate you. Appreciate the questions. I'm really watching this trend line in the short term. Looks like JD's actually on it today. Like, trying to test it here. I'll be honest, though, it hasn't been giving me the best vibes. I keep feeling like it's going to end up breaking out and through, but we'll see. We'll see if it decides to or not. Yasser said the volume today is so bad, it might be historic. Is it that bad? It might be historic over the past few weeks, that's for sure. It definitely doesn't look too hot today. Do you think everyone's freaked out about NVIDIA or something? Might be getting a little bit of people having some fear ahead of this, or maybe not fear, just anticipation. You know, I'm not going to say that they're all fearful, but go back to end phase. It's starting to slow up a little bit here. If it goes for another big pump, that would be insane. FSLR is, though, so I'm not going to put it past them. Definitely not. Tom, your poor CGC stock isn't doing too well. No, it's not. CGC is pulling back, but honestly, with these marijuana stocks, it's buying in and just letting it go. in my opinion. That's how I play them. Unless you're going to play some, like, short-term run-up, which can happen sometimes. I would just, like, for CGC with me, it's a buy and just hold it and just let it go. Almost act like you didn't even get it. You know, that's the way I like to look at CGC. Buy it and forget about it, literally. JD volume is garbage, bouncing off VWAP to the downside. RSI in the daily is heading to oversold. Forget about it. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel you with JD, though. Poor JD. I don't really like RSI, you know, Savage. Personally, I'm not a big fan of RSI, but that's okay. I know you're more into those types of indicators. I'm really not. But, you know, everybody has their own trading styles and preferences, so I'm not going to sit here and say that it's bad. QQQ starting to break out a little bit more. Come on, QQQ. I really like this consolidation. I could see it getting up a little higher. Come on. One more little pump today. You can do it. It's like the little engine that could here. All right, guys. Well, we're probably going to end the stream here. Really appreciate you guys joining up today, though. It's been a fun one. We do have NVIDIA earnings tonight. Don't forget about the FOMC minutes coming out in just a little while at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be a very big event later. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of movement, and we'll probably see the percentages shift a little bit also on the FedWatch tool, which will be fun. Stupid tool. Lagging. There we go, though. These are the percentages for now. If you guys want to screenshot it or something. Pretty sick, and we got the 91 votes on the poll. If there's 9 more of you out there and you guys could bless us with giving us a poll vote to hit 100, I might explode tomorrow. So hit it up. We'll sit here for a couple minutes, see if we can hit it. Coinbase ain't doing too bad, Demir said. COIN. Oh, I got my Chinese, what is it? The Chinese slot machine song going on. Your hair lives another day. Don't say that, Mason. You're going to make people do it now. There'll be 11 come in real quick. Hey, sounds good, guys. Have a great one. Have a great rest of the day. Let's end the poll here. 94 total votes. Gonna take a screenshot of it. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have a fantastic rest of the day. See you later. Manny, Mason, Yasser, Savage, Demir, Meat Sack, Jacob M, of course. Appreciate Carson a ton for the donation. Same thing with Savage. You guys are badasses. Appreciate you there. Easy, William, ROS, Sean, Joshua, Richard, ZW, Demure, Christian, Adventure World. Hey, let's go. Nice to see you here today. What's up, David? How far will Tesla go down? I was expecting it to go long. I'm really watching the 180 support for a possible bounce back up. I think there could actually be a potential scalping opportunity if you try to get some calls down here around this dip, but all right, guys, gotta run. Have a great rest of the day. Aaron, goodbye, Daddy. See you later.